I was thinking about, I had another kid in the class say, I didn't get a turn. And so it was kind of like, okay, I have to decide now. Am I going to try to get everybody having the turn, or am I going to say it's just going to be these three? And I decided I'm just going to say it's these three.
Mm-hmm. But then you ended it with something positive that he had to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
that worked.
In actuality, too, what happened was that lots of those other ones, I just left both books there, and there was little groups of, of kids looking at both of those books who weren't part of kind of those three kids.
Right, that was nice.
Who were kind of getting the intention.
And you had a lot of open-ended questions during the story, and leaving the word off at the end where they all said it in unison. I think it was sad, because I saw the picture, the visual, and let's see. And it does make sense about giving them the time to become familiar with the book, and if they want to go back to their play, that's perfectly fine, because you're going to have other opportunities to spend some one-on-one time.
And I guess something, if I was kind of teaching this to someone else, one of the things I would say, because I definitely noticed this both times that we did it, that when they're kind of telling their stories, especially in that interacting with the Velcro part, especially at the beginning, when they're not really used to the book the first time you bring it out, that it's totally about playing with the book and not about giving an honest description of what's happening, And those two brothers came today. They obviously didn't come in different ways.
Right.
But it's not being about that. It's about getting to say something and have whatever you say be heard and validated for what you said, and then be able to really use that in a more real way later. But I think if they don't have the chance to just kind of play around with it and stuff, that they can get stuck there and not be able to move on to a place of being able to use it freely, or not just see that book and think, oh, I hate this.
Right. And then one other thing I wanted to mention was the way you handled the brothers, because there could have been an argument there. You just gently touched one of them and said what you said and redirected them back to the story and still validating.
I hear you. You're saying sometimes you get to.
Okay, so let's, unless there was anything else you wanted to mention about watching the video, any other observations, let's go over the implementation plan again real quickly. So on the professional development plan, so if there's anything you want to add to the implementation plan, or any modifications that you want to make today, I can capture that on the professional development plan.
I don't think so.
And you have Rachel, we have Rachel and Ivy. So it's still, you're thinking about Ivy in the beginning of the year next year? Okay.
Yeah. Or I guess maybe we should put Rachel in assistant, but I'm assuming that'll be Ivy.
Okay. All right. So you feel like we've captured that pretty well then for the implementation plan?
I do.
Yeah, great. Okay, then. We won't add any more actions to that. And during this experience, did you identify any new needs that would be in the top part of the pyramid? It doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does during the circuit. Kind of like what happened the first circuit led to your next learning objective. So I don't know if anything came up during this circuit that might lead you to something.
Nothing specific.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, that's it then for this debrief, and then we'll go on to peer-to-peer. All right. Thank you.